Again. Flop. Plus, sucked in 070 join your game 3/10. Plus, sunken cast 0 2003 join your game 4/10. Plus, Uagno 28422 join your game 5/10. Plus, Cool Carlos 12374 join your game 6/10. Plus, Good Pro 6543 join your game 7/10. Plus, Scorpion 73228 join your game 8/10. Plus, Zoria Limp 3423 join your game 9/10. Server is now full, games starting in 10 seconds. Plus, Vertolz join your game 10/10. Block Wars Bridges is starting in 5 seconds. Block Wars Bridges is starting in 4 seconds. Block Wars Bridges is starting in 3 seconds. Block Wars Bridges is starting in 2 seconds. Block Wars Bridges is starting in 1 second. Let the games begin. Selected speed boost, 1 vote. Cool Carlos 12374 died in the void while escaping Good Pro 6543. Ras Puffery Super Yeeted Zoria Limp 3423 into the void. Good Pro 6543 scored. Ras Puffery Super scored. Sunken Cast 0 2003 scored. Good Pro 6543 scored. Sucked in 070 scored. Ras Puffery Super wiped the floor with Scorpion 73228. Ras Puffery Super scored. Good Pro 6543 scored. Sucked in 070 but they could survive in the void. Ras Puffery Super accidentally made Cool Carlos 12374 fall into the void. Fish Ghoul 06161 died in the void. Good Pro 6543 thought they could survive in the void. You may not be here. Sunken Cast 0 2003 was slain by Buagno 28422. Scorpion 73228 fell to their death while escaping Ras Puffery Super. Good Pro 6543 died in the void. Cool Carlos 12374 thought they could survive in the void. Ras Puffery Super scored. Fish Ghoul 06161 died in the void while escaping Vertolz thought they could survive in the void. Zoria Limp 3423 was too scared to fight Ras Puffery. Sunken Cast 0 2003 thought they could survive in the void while escaping to Carlos 12374. Vertolz scored. Ras Puffery Super made Carlos 12374 jump into the void. Ras Puffery Super with Scorpion 73228 into the void. Uagno 28422 was slain by Fish Ghoul 06161. Fish Ghoul 06161 was slain by Vertolz. Good Pro 6543 thought they could survive in the void. Sucked in 070 was slain by Zoria Limp 3423. Ras Puffery Super went too hard on Zoria Limp 3423. Vertolz was slain by Fish Ghoul 06161. Ras Puffery Super scored. Cool Carlos 12374 was slain by Good Pro 6543. Uagno 28422 was too scared to fight Ras Puffery Super. Good Pro 6543 scored. You may not be here. Vertolz was slain by Good Pro 6543. Scorpion 73228 tried to escape Ras Puffery Super by jumping into the void. Cool Carlos 12374 was slain by Good Pro 6543. Sucked in 070 scored. Sunken Cast 0 2003 scored. Ras Puffery Super scored. Fish Ghoul 06161 was slain by Cool Carlos 1. Cool Carlos 12374 was slain by Good Pro 6543. Zoria Limp 3423 was slain by Good Pro 6543. Fish Ghoul 06161 scored. Good Pro 6543 scored. Sucked in 070 scored. Vertolz was slain by Good Pro 6543. Uagno 28422 scored. Sucked in 070 died in the void. Cool Carlos 12374 thought they could survive in the void while escaping. Good Pro 6543. Ras Puffery Super Huge Zoiri Olymp 3423 to death. Fish Ghoul 06161 scored. Scorpion 73228 died in the void. Vertolks thought they could survive in the void while escaping. Good Pro 6543. Good Pro 6543 thought they could survive in the void while escaping. Cool Carlos 12374. Cool Carlos 12374 scored. Scorpion 73228 died in the void while escaping. Good Pro 6543. Sunken Cast 02003 was slain by Zoiri Olymp 3423. Uag Note 28422 died in the void. Cool Carlos 12374 left your game 9 tenths. Uag Note 28422 left your game 8 tenths. Good Pro 6543 left your game 7 tenths. Block Wars Bridges is starting in 5 seconds. Block Wars Bridges is starting in 4 seconds. Block Wars Bridges is starting in 3 seconds. Block Wars Bridges is starting in 2 seconds. Block Wars Bridges is starting in 1 second. Let the games begin. Selected speed boost, 1 vote. Sucked in 070 was slain by Zoiri Olymp 3423. Zoiri Olymp 3423 has been sent to the afterlife by Ras Puffery Super. Ras Puffery Super scored. Ras Puffery Super kicked Scorpion 73228 into the abyss. Arnavuga thought they could survive in the void. Sultan Ahmed 295 scored. Fish Ghoul. Sucked in 070 scored. Sultan Ahmed 295 thought they could survive in the void. Scorpion 73228 died in the void. Zoiri Olymp 3423 thought they could survive in the void while escaping. Ras Puffery Super. Arnavuga died in the void while escaping. Sucked in 070. Hecti Crook 34177 scored. Scorpion 73228 thought they could survive in the void. Arnavuga thought they could survive in the void while escaping. Sucked in 070. Zoiri Olymp 3423 died in the void. Sucked in 070 scored. Arnavuga died in the void. Zoiri Olymp 3423 died in the void. Hecti Crook 34177 scored. Fish Ghoul 06161 scored. Sucked in 070 scored. Ras Puffery Super scored. Scorpion 73228 died in the void while escaping. Hecti Crook 34177. Sultan Ahmed 295 thought they could survive in the void. Vertolks died in the void while escaping. Hecti Crook 34177. Fish Ghoul 06161 scored. Ras Puffery Super blew Vertolks into the void. Arnavuga scored. Ras Puffery Super sent Zoiri Olymp 3423 into a deep sleep. Ras Puffery Super scored. Hecti Crook 34177 scored. Scorpion 73228 died in the void while escaping. Fish Ghoul 06161. Carlton Ahmed 295 scored. Hecti Crook 34177 died in the void. Vertolks thought they could survive in the void while escaping. Sucked in 070. Sultan Ahmed 295 scored. Fish Ghoul 06161 scored. Zoiri Olymp 3423 was pulled into the void by Ras Puffery Super's head space Kraken. DDZINX4 thought they could survive in the void. Ras Puffery Super accidentally made Arnavuga fall into the void. Sucked in 070 scored. Scorpion 73228 thought they could survive in the void while escaping. Ras Puffery Super. Follow our TikTok at QCraftTikTok. We post memes, clips and show off our server. Sultan Ahmed 295 scored. DVZINX4 died in the void. Rastafari Super showcased their weapon to Virtuals. Hecti Crook 34177 scored. Rastafari Super scored. Sucked in 070 thought they could survive in the void while escaping Zohari Alim 3423. Sultan Ahmed 295 scored. Fish Ghoul 06161 scored. Fish Ghoul 06161 died in the void. Arnavuga died in the void. Virtuals was slapped into the void by Rastafari Super. Rastafari Super scored. Scorpion 73228 thought they could survive in the void while escaping Hecti Crook 34177. Rastafari Super used DVZINX4 as a punching bag. Hecti Crook 34177 scored. Zohari Alim 3423 picked up a strength power up. Zohari Alim 3423 died in the void. Fish Ghoul 06161 thought they could survive in the void. Hecti Crook 34177 picked up a haste power up. Fish Ghoul 06161 left your game 6/10. Plus, XXPRO53XX6283 joined your game 7/10. XXPRO53XX6283 voted for speed boost, 2 votes. DVZINX4 left your game 6/10. Plus, now all pro joined your game 7/10. Plus, Campman 1614 joined your game 8/10. Block Wars Bridges is starting in 1 minute. Plus, JPRZ05 joined your game 9/10. Now all pro, holo. Server is now full, game starting in 10 seconds. Plus, Ash8923 joined your game 10/10. Now all pro, how you do? Hecti Crook 34177, hi. Block Wars Bridges is starting in 5 seconds. Block Wars Bridges is starting in 4 seconds. Poltergeist, XXPRO53XX6283, hi. Block Wars Bridges is starting in 3 seconds. Block Wars Bridges is starting in 2 seconds. Block Wars Bridges is starting in 1 second. Let the games begin. Selected speed boost, 2 votes. XXPRO53XX6283 thought they could survive in the void. Sucked in 070 thought they could survive in the void. Now all pro thought they could survive in the void. Rastafari Super kicked Ash8923 into the void. Rastafari Super yeeted Campman 1614 into the void. Now all pro thought they could survive in the void. XXPRO53XX6283 scored. Sucked in 070 died in the void while escaping Ash8923. Now all pro thought they could survive in the void. Scorpion 73228 scored. Now all pro picked up a strength power up. Chrysos 5898 scored. Sultan Ahmed 295 thought they could survive in the void. XXPRO53XX6283 shoved now all pro into the void. JPRZ05 died in the void while escaping sucked in 070. Rastafari Super scored. XXPRO53XX6283 scored. Chrysos 5898 scored. Rastafari Super made now all pro jump into the void. XXPRO53XX6283 scored. Sucked in 070 scored. Rastafari Super used Campman 1614 as a punching bag. Scorpion 73228 was slain by JPRZ05. Chrysos 5898 scored. XXPRO53XX6283 scored. Sucked in 070 scored. Rastafari Super scored. Campman 1614 died in the void. Scorpion 73228 died in the void while escaping JPRZ05. Ash8923 was smacked into next week by XXPRO53XX6283. Sucked in 070 scored. Chrysos 5898 scored. Ash8923 picked up a haste power up. Sultan Ahmed 295 died in the void. Campman 1614 was bombarded by Rastafari Super. XXPRO53XX6283 shoved El Padron 07 into the void. XXPRO53XX6283 blew Ash 38. JPRZ. Campman 1614 left your game 6/10. Block Wars Bridges is starting in 2 seconds. Block Wars Bridges is starting in 1 second. Let the games begin. Selected speed boost, 1 vote. XXPRO53XX62. Sucked in 070 thought they could survive in the void while escaping #8923. Godmadine was pulled into the void by Rastafari Super's pet Space Kraken. Rastafari Super kicked #8923 into the void. XXPRO53XX6283. Nightslith 4800 was pulled into the void by XXPRO53XX6283's pet Space Kraken. Cyclice 3 died in the void. JOELXN09 thought they could survive in the void. Sucked in 070 scored. XXPRO53XX6283 sent Godmadine into a deep sleep. XXPRO53XX6283 scored. Scorpion 73228 scored. Rastafari Super killed #8923. RIP. Godmadine picked up a haste power up. Godmadine picked up a strength power up. Nightslith 4800 scored. JOELXN09 died in the void. Rastafari Super used Cyclice Reel as a punching bag. Rastafari Super scored. #8923 picked up a strength power up. Godmadine scored. Sucked in 070 scored. #8923 died in the void. XXPRO53XX6283 wanted to show Nightslith 4800 something cool. Death. Scorpion 73228 scored. Rastafari Super kicked Godmadine into the void. Rastafari Super tripped Cyclice Reel into the void. Sucked in 070 thought they could survive in the void. JOELXN09 thought they could survive in the void. Rastafari Super yeeted #8923 into the void. Rastafari Super sniped Nightslith 4800. Headshot. Cyclice Reel died in the void. XXPRO53XX6283 scored. Sucked in 070 scored. Scorpion 73228 scored. #8923 burned to death while fighting Rastafari Super. Zalger 6662229 thought they could survive in the void. XXPRO53XX6283 scored. Cyclice Reel thought they could swim in lava while fighting XXPRO53XX6283. Rastafari Super stuck a projectile into Nightslith 4800. Scorpion 73228 scored. #8923 burned to death while fighting Rastafari Super. XXPRO53XX6283 was forced to kill Zalger 6662229. Sucked in 070 scored. Cyclice Reel burned to death while fighting Rastafari Super. JOELXN09 scored. #8923 picked up a jump power up. Rastafari Super scored. JOELXN09 thought they could survive in the void while escaping Zalger 6662229. Nightslith 4800 scored. Sucked in 070 scored. Rastafari Super diagnosed Zalger 6662229 with death. #8923 scored. Nightslith 4800 scored. Scorpion 73228 scored. #8923 picked up a haste power up. Rastafari Super tripped Zalger 6662229 into the void. Sucked in 070 scored. #8923 tried being a ninja against XXPRO53XX6283 but it didn't turn out so well. XXPRO53XX6283 thought they could survive in the void while escaping Iowa Malo 66. JOELXN09 thought they could survive in the void while escaping Zalger 6662229. Iowa Malo 66 died in the void. Nightslith 4800 scored. XXPRO50. Rastafari Super kicked Zalger 6662229. Iowa Malo 66 but they could survive in the void. XXPRO53XX6283 picked up a speed power up. Interact with our community on our forums. QCraftNet, introduce yourself, make suggestions and read up on what our community are up to. Sucked in 070 scored. Scorpion 73228 scored. Zolver 6662229 died in the void. Cyclice 3 died in the void while escaping Raspuffery Super. JOELXN09 was slain by Zolver 6662229. Scorpion 73228 died in the void. Sucked in 070 scored. Top players Luke XXPRO53XX60. Zolver 6662229 scored. XXPRO53XX6283 scored. Cyclice 3 died in the void. Scorpion 73228 died in the void. JOELXN09 scored. Raspuffery Super scored. Zolver 6662229 died in the void while escaping Pioline Hollow 66. XXPRO53XX6283 made Cyclice 3 jump into the void. Sucked in 070 scored. Raspuffery Super scored. Zolver 6662229 dry beam against XXPRO53XX6283 but it didn't turn out so well. Scorpion 73228 died in the void. XXPRO53XX6283 scored. Sucked in 070 died in the void. XXPRO53XX6283 scored. Scorpion 73228 thought they could survive in the void. Cyclice 3 died in the void. Zolver 6662229 thought they could survive in the void while escaping Pioline Hollow 66. Nightslith 4800 was slain by XXPRO53XX6283. Sucked in 070 died in the void. Cyclice 3 thought they could survive in the void. Zolver 6662229 died in the void while escaping Pioline Hollow 66. XXPRO53XX6283 rolled JOELXN09 to death. Nightslith 4800 died in the void. Sucked in 070 scored. XXPRO53XX6283 scored. Cyclice 3 was sucked into a black hole while Raspuffery Super watched. Nightslith 4800 thought they could survive in the void. Raspuffery Super went too hard on JOELXN09. Zolver 6662229 was slain by XXPRO53XX6283. Sucked in 070 scored. XXPRO53XX6283 died in the void while escaping Zolver 6662229. Raspuffery Super made Cubixable 92251 jump into the void. Cyclice 3 thought they could survive in the void while escaping Pioline Hollow 66. Scorpion 73228 was slain by JOELXN09. Nightslith 4800 scored. Pioline Hollow 60. Cyclice 3 thought they could survive in the void. Pioline Hollow 66 died in the void. XXPRO53XX6283 scored. Zolver 6662229 scored. Sucked in 070 scored. Nightslith 4800 scored. Cyclice 3 thought they could survive in the void. JOELXN09 thought they could survive in the void. Scorpion 73228 scored. Nightslith 4800 thought they could survive in the void while escaping XXPRO53XX6283. Raspuffery Super yeeted JOELXN09 into the void. Nightslith 4800 thought they could survive in the void. Zolver 6662229 scored. Cyclice 3 was sucked into a black hole while XXPRO53XX6283 watched. Pioline Hollow 66 thought they could survive in the void while escaping Cubixable 92251. XXPRO53XX6283 was slain by Zolver 6662229. Scorpion 73228 scored. Pioline Hollow 66 picked up a haste power-up. Cyclice 3 thought they could survive in the void. Raspuffery Super assisted Nightslith 4800 with their void trauma. Sucked in 070 died in the void while escaping Cubixable 92251. Pyolin Malo 66 thought they could survive in the void while escaping. Zalber 666 2229. XXPRO 53 XX62 83 Blue Zalber 666 2229 into the void. Global XXPRO 53 XX62 83 my V. Cyclice Real thought they could survive in the void. XXPRO 53 XX62 83 thought they could survive in the void while escaping. Cubixable 92251. Cubixable 92251 thought they could survive in the void. Scorpion 73228 died in the void while escaping. Cubixable 92251. Pyolin Malo 66 scored. Top players blue, Rastafari Super Ed, Zalber 666. Plus, Rastafari Super join your game 3/10. Plus, XXPRO 53 XX62 83 join your Cyclice Real thought they could survive in the void. Nightslith 4800 thought they could survive in the void while escaping. Pyolin Malo 66. Sockdino 70 scored. Zalber 666 2229 scored. XXPRO 53 XX62 83 scored. Cyclice Real thought they could survive in the void. Rastafari Super scored. XXPRO 53 XX62 83 sent Sockdino 70 into the upside down. XXPRO 53 XX62 83 thought they could survive in the void while escaping. Zalber 666 2229. Rastafari Super Talk Nightslith 4800 in Dirt Nap. Zalber 666 2229 scored. Cubixable 92251 died in the void while escaping. Or 1 or 6144. Rastafari Super kicked Cyclice Real into the abyss. Zalber 666 2229 was sucked into a black hole while Rastafari Super was. Rastafari Super tripped Nightslith 4800 into the void. Pyolin Malo 66 burned to death. XXPRO 53 XX62 83 scored. Cubixable 92251 picked up a speed power up. Sockdino 70 thought they could survive in the void. Cubixable 92251 died in the void while escaping. Zalber 666 2229. Zalber 666 2229 scored. Or 1 or 6144 scored. Nightslith 4800 died in the void. Cyclice Real burned to death while fighting Rastafari Super. Cubixable 92251 picked up a haste power up. XXPRO 53 XX62 83 went too hard on Zalber 666 2229. Or 1 or 6144 scored. Rastafari Super scored. Nightslith 4800 scored. Cubixable 92251 died in the void while escaping. Zalber 666 2229. Or 1 or 6144 thought they could survive in the void. Pyolin Malo 66 picked up a strength power up. Zalber 666 2229 was too scared to fight Rastafari Super. Bardock 172,940 was slain by Sockdino 70. Nightslith 4800 was sucked into a black hole while Rastafari Super watched. XXPRO 53 XX62 83 scored. Rastafari Super picked up a speed power up. Nightslith 4800 picked up a strength power up. XXPRO 53 XX62 83 died in the void. Cubixable 92251 was slain by War 1 or 6144. Sockdino 70 was slain by Nightslith 4800. War 1 or 6144 scored. Bardock 172,940 thought they could swim in lava while fighting Rastafari Super. Pyolin Malo 66 thought they could survive in the void while escaping. Zalber 666 2229. Nightslith 4800 scored. Cyclice Real was slapped by a projectile from Rastafari Super. XXPRO 53 XX62 83 scored. Rastafari Super blew Nightslith 4800 into the void. Zalber 666 2229 scored. Cubixable 92251 thought they could swim in lava while fighting. Zalber 666 2229. Or 1 or 6144 scored. Zalber 666 2229 died in the void. Or 1 or 6144 died in the void. XXPRO53 XX6283 scored. Bardock 172,940 thought they could swim in lava. Rastafari super scored. Sockdino 70 died in the void. Nightslith 4800 was slain by Pyolin Malo 66. Or 1 or 6144 died in the void. XXPRO53 XX6283 died in the void while escaping Zalver 666-2229. Zalver 666-2229 was too scared to fight XXPRO53 XX6283. Sockdino 70 died in the void. Cubixmal 92251 burned to death. Rastafari super sent Bor 1 or 6144 into the upside down. Rastafari super kicked Bardock 172940 into the abyss. Nightslith 4800 died in the void. Interested in becoming a helper? Take a look at our applications at cbecrft.net/. Cubixmal 92251 scored. Cyclice 3 died in the void while escaping Sockdino 70. Rastafari. Game found, sending you to N1608. Anatifita 2 was slain by DJTUPZ. 0017 died in the void while escaping Legend is up 832. ZFIREBALL 77 thought they could survive in the void while escaping DJTUPZ. Rastafari super scored. Rafa 3LAT402 thought they could survive in the void while escaping Legend is up 832. ZFIREBALL 77 picked up a jump power up. Hacker Gamer 3656 died in the void while escaping ZFIREBALL 77. Rastafari super picked up a strength power up. Rastafari super killed Legend is up 832. Lol. Anatifita 2 scored. 0017 picked up a haste power up. Rafa 3LAT402 died in the void. Rastafari super showed DJTUPZ their karate skills. 0017 picked up a strength power up. ZFIREBALL 77 scored. Anatifita 2 scored. Rastafari super scored. Hacker Gamer 3656 scored. Rastafari super tripped DJTUPZ into the void. Chiron 3 was sucked into a black hole while Rastafari super watched. 0017 scored. Rafa 3LAT402 was slain by Hacker Gamer 3656. Anatifita 2 scored. Bleakarp 75134 thought they could survive in the void. Rastafari super pushed DJTUPZ into the void. 0017 was slain by Pyolin Malo 66. Anatifita 2 picked up a haste power up. Chiron 3 scored. Hacker Gamer 3656 was smacked into next week by Rastafari super. Anatifita 2 scored. Bleakarp 75134 died in the void. Rastafari super scored. Anatifita 2 picked up a strength power up. ZFIREBALL 77 thought they could survive in the void while escaping DJTUPZ. DJTUPZ died in the void while escaping Rafa 3LAT402. Chiron 3 scored. Pyolin Malo 66 was slain by 0017. Rastafari super made Hacker Gamer 3656 jump into the void. Chiron 3 picked up a speed power up. Bleakarp 75134 thought they could survive in the void. Anatifita 2 scored. Chiron 3 died in the void. 0017 picked up a jump power up. Rastafari super scored. Bleakarp 75134 died in the void. Chiron 3 was pulled into the void by Rastafari super's pet space Kraken. Anatifita 2 scored. Pyolin Malo 66 was RKO'd out of nowhere by Rastafari super. Rafa 3LAT402 scored. Bleakarp 75134 got turned into dust by Rastafari super. DJTUPZ was slain by Rafa 3LAT402. 0017 scored. Anatifita 2 scored. Pyolin Malo 66 was slain by Rafa 3LAT402. Chiron 3 died in the void. Rastafari super sent Hacker Gamer 3656.